Hey guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about training and why rep ranges are so important, as well as rest time and as well as intensity. Now, there is different types of training and rep ranges for different things. So if you're training cardiovascular health, that is going to be a different rep range depending if you're trying to train strength. Today we're going to talk a little bit about hypertrophy training, which is for bodybuilders trying to make their muscles bigger and look better and leaner. Now, if you are going for bodybuilding or you just want to look better in general, your rep range is going to be about 8 reps to 12 reps with progressive overload. As far as it goes with training 8 to 12 reps, it is geared towards hypertrophy training. For us bodybuilding buffs and gym rats, that means building your muscles up. But here's the big kicker with it. In that rep range isn't just for muscle growth. It is perfect to get your metabolism ignited as well to also fuel fat loss on your body. When it comes to hypertrophy training, there's one thing that everyone has to have in order to make it actually work and useful. That is going to be intensity, okay? Intensity is so important because not only is it going to allow your muscles to tear while pushing it to its limits, it's also going to fire up your metabolism in order to burn fat within that 8 to 12 range. We're going to talk about a little bit something called progressive overload and how to train that way with intensity correctly. So when you're doing progressive overload, what you're going to do is focus on that 8 to 12 rep range, right? So for example, let's say you're going to the gym to bench press. You go to the gym and you can bench press 100 pounds for 8 reps maximum, okay? You get to 7 reps, you're struggling, you get 8 and you barely get 8, and you go to do number 9 and you fail. That means your max for 100 pounds is 8 reps. So you're at that 8 rep range. Now what you're going to do is you're going to train week after week after week at that 100-pound mark for all 4 sets so you can hit 8 reps easily every single set. Once you can do that, you're going to keep the weight the same and continue training until you can get it to that 12 rep range, okay? So once you're at 12 reps and you can get 12 reps every single set for all 4 sets, that means it's time to up the weight. So with progressive overload, the way it works is you're going to pull that 12 reps, you're going to add 5 to 10 pounds, okay? 5 to 10 pounds. You're going to start right back over at the 8 rep range or to a point where all 4 sets, you can barely get the 8 reps here. Now, after that, it's just rinse and repeat. Even if it's squats, if it's overhead pressing, if it's deadlifting, whatever it may be, it's going to be the same cadence here. The weight you can get 8 reps with for all 3 to 4 sets, you're going to continue training 8 reps until you can get it for 12 reps on all 4 sets as well. Once you can get the 12 reps, what you're going to do is add 5, 10, I don't know, maybe 20 pounds. It's dependent on the lift. You're going to have to play around with it. And then you're going to find the perfect weight where you can do all 4 sets at that 12 reps. Rinse and repeat, and you'll be getting stronger and leaner and putting on more muscle forever. And with doing that, with pushing your muscles to that type of intensity, either near failure or to failure, that is going to force your body to grow. We as humans biologically do not like to get bigger. We like to stay where we are with where we're comfortable. That's why you've never seen anyone in the 1700s that were absolutely jacked for no reason in the world. Our body likes to adapt to the stress it's put under. And if you're not putting your body under any type of extensive stress, we're not going to adapt and put on the muscles we need necessary to handle that type of weight. With that being said, it means if you're at 8 to 12 reps and you're just flying through them, doing that for all 4 sets, even if you're getting a pump, you're not going to grow from it. You have to up the weight enough to a point where you're going to push near or to failure and then have your body adapt with that there, and then restart the process back to the 8 reps where you're continuously pushing it as hard as you can the entire time and constantly improving on a linear scale. Now, after you're training with that type of intensity at that large of a scale, your body's going to need to rest. I'm not talking about sleeping at night, as we all know that is still very, very important, but I'm talking about the rest periods in between the sets. Now, if you're going for hypertrophy training and you're at that 8 to 12 rep range doing progressive overload, what you want to do is have a rest period of about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. With having this amount of adequate rest time, the reason you're doing that is because you're allowing your body to recharge with just enough ATP to have enough energy for the next set. ATP is your body's fuel source. ATP comes from carbohydrates. When you eat carbohydrates, the carbohydrates turn into sugar. Sugar turns into glycogen, and glycogen is then transferred into ATP. That's why it is so very important to get carbohydrates in before training sessions, so you have the adequate amount of fuel to fuel the workouts. Another reason why this is so important, because if you're anything below it or anything above that, scientific research shows that your body will either not start or will stop the metabolite that is going to burn fat. When you're within this rest period, your body is going to be able to fill the muscles up with ATP, but your body is still going to be in overdrive trying to use some type of fuel source to energize it. And that fuel source is going to be body fat. Let's say you're crushing some squats or a bench press, right? You do 8 to 12 reps, whatever you're at with the progressive overload. You're resting for 30 to 45 seconds, allowing your body to get the ATP that it needs. Then, while it's refueling with ATP, it's still going to be in maximum overdrive, allowing yourself to still burn that fat, go into the next set, push it even further, and continue burning that body fat the whole time. Not only does it do it during the workout, but when you have this type of rest period, it is also going to prime your body to continue burning that type of fat for the rest of the day. So when you're making yourself a program or when you're sitting down to write it out, there's going to be a few things you want to focus on with that program itself. The first thing, and in my opinion, one of the most important things you can do with training is going to be intensity. Okay? So number one is intensity. Number two is going to be rep ranges, okay? Rep ranges of about 8 to 12 reps. That is going to be best for hypertrophic training. Number three is going to be progressive overload. Number four, and last but certainly not least, is going to be your rest period. Again, this is extremely crucial to allow your body to refill with ATP, its energy source, as well as continuing to burn body fat. Not only when you're at the gym, but also when you go home for the rest of the day.